Welcome back to the rundown. Here in Israel, only one day before they were due to be evicted, residents of the Givat Amal Bet neighborhood in Tel Aviv were told they would be allowed to stay in their homes for now. Years of legal battles over property ownership are set to continue after several Israeli lawmakers penned a letter to the Enforcement and Collection Authority asking it to freeze the evictions until a more adequate compensation agreement can be reached with the residents. Our Aurelia Roddy visited the neighborhood and brings us the latest in the ongoing battle.
Situated in the north of Tel Aviv, bordered by the Yarkon River and Ayalon Highway, sits a prime piece of real estate, Givat Amal Bet. During Israel's fight for independence, on the remains of the Arab village of Jamusin, the new state settled Jewish refugees to avoid fighting and to serve as a buffer zone defending the city's periphery.
In 1949, with the establishment of the state, Ben-Gurion said all those inhabiting absentee property, like this neighborhood, will not be removed until they receive permanent housing.
Unlike the surrounding settlements, status of the land was never regularized, and ownership changed hands multiple times over the decades. And as these families expanded, so did Givat Amal Bet. Israel's land ownership policy is unique. Over 90% of land is classified as public domain, meaning private land ownership is extremely rare. Land purchased from the state is usually done so by development companies. One such company is Elad Israel Residence, owned by Israeli businessman Yitzhak Tshuva. Tshuva is the current owner of the land, on which he plans to replace the neighborhood with more luxury residential buildings. Lifelong residents of Givat Amal Bet feel betrayed by the state, settling them on land when it was most vulnerable and kicking them off now that it is extremely valuable.
אתה קנית אדמה בלי תושבים? מה הסיפור שלהם? אנחנו לא פולשים, אנחנו פה נולדנו.
Both the state and the municipality and the people that brought the land, they are only thinking about how much money they can make in Givat Amal, and people there are really completely invisible.
Residents say they fought to purchase the land over the years, an offer which the state refused.
Over the years, in the 1950s, all neighborhood residents fought to buy the land, but they were told this is for public use, you don't have the money, 1,001 excuses.
Despite extensive legal battles, Tel Aviv's district court ruled that Givat Amal Bet's residents, most now second and third generation from its original inhabitants, are not rightful owners of the property. And in 2014 and 2015, several families were forcefully evicted, despite mass protests and support from lawmakers across the political spectrum. Member of Israeli parliament, Gabi Lasky, is the one who initiated the letter earlier this month, requesting to halt the evictions.
Well, actually, what initiated this letter is the fact that the people in Givat Amal, some of the families received eviction letters. And actually, one of the women that received the letter was actually really in her deathbed in her home in Givat Amal. And so that is something unthinkable, that that in order to make money, the people from Givat Amal are just being evacuated without due compensations.
Yitzhak Tshuva declined our request for an interview. However, the Tel Aviv municipality, which sold its share of the property to developers in April, offered a statement on the situation.
This issue is not unique to Tel Aviv Jaffa, as similar cases happened in other places where people settled decades ago, mainly on state-owned land without regulation, and over the years, unregulated construction has been added. Contrary to the claim, the municipality does not profit from the sale of its rights in the area. The residents of the city are the beneficiaries. The proceeds from the sale will return to the use and well-being of the public.
Various compensation proposals have been put forward. However, no offer has been acceptable to the residents, as the rising cost of living in Tel Aviv would not allow them to purchase a house equivalent to what they currently have.
בן אדם ב-84, לאן הוא ילך? לאן? אפילו בקושי הוא מבין מה רוצים לעשות לו. כל מה שאנחנו רוצים זה בית, לא רוצה וילה, לא רוצה מכוניות, לא רוצה בית.
But perhaps more important are the lives that were built here, things that no amount of money could ever replace.
It's here?
Here in the yard there. It's your mother? It's my husband's mother.
And while further delay of the evictions may offer some hope, it doesn't offer relief from uncertainty of what may come.
איפה הרגש שלכם? איפה האנושיות? איפה לא יודעת כבר מה להגיד, לא יודעת. אני בלילות לא ישנת. לא.
Aurelia Roddy, I-24 News.